We immediately, pulled out our gorp. We pulled out a couple of trail biscuits, sat down, and said, "We're not hiking anymore until this sun goes." And we just sat there, and our instructors are with us. Said, "You got it. We're here," and it was beautiful.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I gotta agree. I've spent several days sitting on one of the beaches here, just watching the moon and the sun rotate through its cycle, and it's just amazing if you just sit there and just watch the graphics.
Even when you're sitting on the beach watching the sunset, it's amazing how everything just comes to a standstill as the sun begins to descend.
And then we're going to have...
And in real life.
Exactly, and then we're going to have much to contemplate with the stars and the constellations they may form.
I think a lot of us are really looking forward to that. That's going to make the game even that much more interesting. Having celestial events and holidays based on the movements of the stars and the moons. I mean, just incredible stuff coming down the line for this game.
Yep.
Now, I know somebody asked the other day about seasons. Did they go into seasons? I don't recall.
They will be. Chris was working on that. Chris is one of the developers.
And I think that's what's holding up fishing, because fishing will be based on seasons or the weather or something. And that's okay. Hold up fishing. It's got to be done right.
We want it to work. That's right.
You cannot go fishing until the fish are ready.
Hey, we've got those quotes from 3 of the developers now, including Lord British, Darkstar, and Chris, all saying fishing is the single most important feature for the game.
They are convinced.
Well, I think you've given them enough reason to be convinced.
I thought it was your book of mushrooms.
Well, that too. The mushrooms have a silent following, but it is extremely well known within the development team. The followers of mushrooms.
And how many people can say that they lead parties of people on fishing expeditions on a weekly basis where there are no fish?
I don't know. Maybe
in
the
order
town
to
drunk?
equip your fishing rod, you have to be in war mode.
That's right. Because you're attacking the fish, of course.
I prefer to use the dynamite to fish. It's much more.
We may have to get people to rezone once they zone here to actually load the maze properly. There's seems to be a bit of a glitch.
Okay.
And if they're taking people into the basement, streamers may not want to move at all for like 30 seconds because there's, I don't know, something like 40,000 skulls placed down there and it takes it a little to load.
Oh my goodness.
Really?
So my abysmal frame rate will be even more abysmal.
You may get a frame per minute.
It's okay. I'll be fine.
It's worth it. It looks fantastic.
Just love that color change as the sun dips behind the mountains.
It's getting dark in Pax Lair right now too, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, they've done a lot really well with so far, and I think Sunrise and Sunset one of them.
Kind of takes your breath away.
I think it's the biggest reason that a lot of people keep forgetting how much of an early stage the game's in. They keep comparing it with fully finished and polished other games because it runs so smooth already.
That happens to be a pet peeve of mine. When I hear people say, well, this isn't like this isn't like that, and I always got to just tell them 2 words: pre-alpha. Trinity Avatar is in pre-alpha. Everything you're seeing is subject to change.
And this is one of the very few games that allows you access to pre-alpha. The game is not feature complete, and there are bugs. They won't deny that. It's still fun to play.
Oh, it's fantastic seeing the game being built around you without it breaking. It's there's been no actual downtime of the game server with any of the changes they've made, which is amazing in itself.
That is correct. And I'm
Okay, we're
watching the
zoning
moon
to net,
come up
right?
here.
Yep, net's online.
I've already begun the zoning process.
Yeah, these
Let's get everybody zoned over.
And the only major breakage that I can think of was the PAX layer breakage, where it just allowed us to do a protest on the overworld map while they fixed it.
Yeah.
And so we danced.
PAX
There was 25 of us dancing.
PAX layer itself is a experiment in progress.
Yes, PAX layer is the first player-owned town in game. It is the pre-alpha test of our own towns.
And we've broken it a couple of times already. At least twice we've broken things.
Sorry.
Well, that's the whole idea, is to test it and overload it and see how it stands up to usage. Might I ask, what is it that you all managed to break?
So we had too many containers in a single area.
I heard about the
server
container thing.
Treats
Yes.
containers differently.
Right.
That
I
caused
heard
You
about
can
that.
thank Net for that.
tornado. What's that?
You can thank Net for that.
Oh, we can
And
thank
Maze.
this maze right here, because look at all the wardrobe containers up there. That's why they're going to make some blocks for release 18 to replace the need to have wardrobes.
Which is what Net has wanted for 6 months, so he's happy.
Right.
All
So
he
the
has-
more we do, the more we break, the faster they do
User in
certain
your channel
things.
timed out.
And Thema Lock will be rejoining us real quick.
Okay, so it looks like who's in charge here?
Athenil seems to be providing some instructions.
User entered your channel.
I think we're getting everyone here.
And, yeah, what's a high? I was just going to ask that question, but somebody else said it.
Probably a food of some sort.
That's German for haha, I think.
Yes, but who knows what it means in Japanese? Let's hope it's nothing.
Yeah, exactly. He said he wanted to eat a hi-hi.
Wants to eat
Well,
everything.
if you're in Hawaii, you should definitely eat the poo-poo platter.
Poo-poo.
Yes. It is actually food.
Oh, it's just a bunch of finger food.
Yeah, that's it. And the speaker for 4B is going to be...
Net, I dare say.
Okay, net. I have net targeted right now. Okay, hello all, and let me introduce you to Island of Wonders. Island of Wonders is a player-owned town by Seoul and focused on providing entertainment. A bit like an amusement park-themed city. It will be inhabited by some of the best decorators in New Britannia and offer many wonders. The biggest one will be the giant maze, even bigger than the one before you here.
And they have pointed out that it's islands of wonders, so it's going to be more than one.
Very nice.
Connected by little ships. Who knows?
Okay. I will not have a long speech today. Instead, let the time we have and explore the maze. You have 20 minutes to get on top. If the maze hasn't changed, I should be able to get up on top in about 5 minutes.
So I've gone through their mazes before, and I'm a very meticulous turn left kind of guy. And then I'm like, then when I get turned around, I'm like, start over.
Now, Net specifically designs his mazes to trap people that meticulously do the turn left, turn left.
See, it's frustrating for me. I think even Lord British, on the first time we went through the maze, the wardrobe maze in Pax Lair, he says, what is the best strategy? Should we do the clockwise movement through a maze?
And just a shout
I think
out to
that's
Luca.
when Net went,
Thanks
I'm
for
going
joining
to
us on the
trap a
NBA
lot of
channel.
people who do that.
Yeah. He's notorious for not just doing a small dead end, he'll make you think that you're almost finished the maze and then you come to a dead end.
I know. It's like you're right close to the top and you're not there. Or you end up having to go all the way to the basement again or the bottom floor, and then you're like, did I just backtrack or what? So it's three-dimensional, this maze. So once you get into the wardrobes, up, down, left, right, and not knowing whether you're making progress or not, it's extremely confusing.
Also, I since I'm already on the second floor of the maze, or third floor, depending on how you look at it, he also designs the little traps in the maze as well. So the floor, you may just end up running right through it.
Yeah. You may, and that might be by intent. You have to go down, or you have to jump over. But then it takes you forever to get back up to that spot again to try the second route. Oh man. It's a great achievement once you get through it to do it.
Oh yeah, I know how to do it, so unfortunately I'm kind of cheating. I'm not in it for the money. I just want to see who can get up here